You're about to hear the Children's Hour podcast. Thanks for being a listener. You can find a lot more information about this episode at childrenshour.org. Enjoy the show.
Why did the cucumber find herself in a pickle?
I don't know why.
Because she went on a date with Dill.
It's time for the Children's Hour. Kids Public Radio.
Did you ever think that weed could be something you can eat? Let me tell you about some eating weeds I know. You can munch them all day long while you're singing this weed song, 'cause they're growing almost everywhere you go. Yeah, I've been known to succumb to nasturtium, root of dandelion drying for my teeth. I'm gonna pluck myself some chickweed and sprinkle it with flickweed. Hey, I'll even eat some seaweed if I'm living by the sea. Now, did you ever think that weed could be something you can eat? Let me tell you about some eating weeds I know. Yeah, you can munch them all day long while you're singing this weed song, 'cause they're growing almost everywhere you go. Nothing makes me whistle like a salad with milk thistle. Rock and roller, go to cola in the lawn. Yeah, I ramble in the brambles, leaning over for the clover. If I lived with you, your weeds would be all gone. And when it's wetter, you can better cook me up some stinging nettle. It goes better with some feta in a pie. That's right. Or else I may just settle for some sorrel or some fennel. Why don't you just give them all a try? 'Cause did you ever think that weed could be something you can eat? Let me tell you about some eating weeds I know. Yeah, you can munch them all day long while you're singing this weed song, 'cause they're growing almost everywhere you go. Just because it's called a weed doesn't mean that it is bad. Find out if it can feed you or do something that is rad. Because weed is any plant that grows really, really well. So well it makes some people rant and rave and swear and curse and yell. But did you ever think weed could be something you can eat? Let me tell you about some eating weeds I know. Yeah, you can munch them all day long while you're singing this weed song, 'cause they're growing almost everywhere you go. Yeah, I said they're growing almost everywhere you go. Well, they're growing almost everywhere you go.
Formidable vegetable sound system from a CD called Grow Do It right here on the Children's Hour. I am Katie Stone. I'm here with a whole lot of great people on Zoom and out there in listener land. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello, friends.
And who do we have with us?
Hello, friends. It's Melissa.
Hi, it's Illuminata.
Hi, it's Evan.
Evan wrote our joke today. Thank you, Evan.
Hi, it's Daniel.
It's Maya.
Hello, it's Adri. Hello, it's Lily Mae.
Hi, it's Maya.
Hi, it's Sam.
Sam's our right-hand woman here at the Children's Hour. So glad you're all here. I am really excited to be with you all today on the Children's Hour, where we're going to be playing with food, literally with an organization called FoodPlay. They're out of Santa Fe, New Mexico, and they're originally from somewhere in the East Coast, and they have some ways that they can help kids learn how to eat healthily and looking at our food in a way where we know we have the right amounts of the right kinds of food. And we're also going to visit with our friend John Jahadi from the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Indian Pueblo Cultural Center is a place where we can learn more about the indigenous people of New Mexico, the Pueblo people. And John Jahadi is going to tell us about some of the most important food for Pueblo people and indigenous America. So much to learn on the Children's Hour, but first we have great music, including this one by Ashiba. Stick with us, Food Play is coming up next.
Coconut, mango, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, tangerine, barbadine, banana, guava, pineapple, soursop, and kiwi, peanut, raisin, prunes, and dates. All kind of flavors for you now to taste. Ice cream, you scream, everybody screaming. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, you scream, everybody screaming. Ice cream, ice cream, make you happy when you feeling sad. Got ice cream, you must be glad. Eat it with cake, pie, sweet bread or cookies. But don't eat it too fast, or you might just end up with a brain freeze. Ice cream, you scream, everybody screaming. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, you scream, everybody screaming. Ice cream, ice cream, oh yeah. Ice cream, you scream, everybody screaming. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, you scream, everybody screaming. Ice cream, ice cream. Or in the parlor, homemade style, it can't be better. If the weather cold and freezing or hot and sticky, in the night or day, all over the world, yeah, the people say
That's Ashiba from the CD called In the Kids Zone with Ice Cream. You're listening to the Children's Hour. Our guests on the show today are from FoodPlay. You can learn a lot more about FoodPlay at foodplay.com, but they are a nutritional food education program, and they're based in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Albuquerque, New Mexico, and fellow New Mexicans. And hello and welcome to the Children's Hour. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
With us today are Toby Fitt, DJ Kale, and Barbara Storper, nutritionist and creator from FoodPlay. Tell us what FoodPlay does and is.
FoodPlay is a nutrition and food advocacy organization, and basically for the last 40 years we toured the country with live theater shows, turning kids on to healthy eating and active living using the power of live theater.
So we're going to share a lot of links about how to see some of your performances, but maybe, I don't know, crew, should we ask them to do something for us right now, maybe?
Yeah,
Yes!
we should do that.
What we did, because of COVID, we used to be traveling all over the country in live performances. And what we did during COVID is we actually created a live stream performance that's been touring virtually schools and libraries, and it's been so much fun because we get to go everywhere in the country, and I get to answer kids' questions about nutrition after the show, and Toby Fitt and DJ Kale perform. Toby Fitt's going to explain my plate, and she comes on the set and she spins my plate. Some of you have to just imagine her juggling and spinning plates.
This particular plate is actually my plate. Now, who out there knows what my plate is?
Like a plate where it has different categories on like dairy, fruits, vegetable, protein, and different things.
Exactly. It's a plate that helps you build a balanced meal with 5 important food groups. Okay, we've got vegetables, protein, grains, fruits, and dairy.
Your plate is split up into portions. Are those the sizes of the portions you want to fill up on the plate eventually?
Yeah, actually, it is a good way to kind of look at a plate. And our plate isn't exactly what the government does, so the portions are a little different. But one thing that's really important is you see that half the plate is fruits and vegetables. So when kids are eating their food, it's really cool if they look down on their plate and see that half of the plate is made up of fruits and vegetables. A lot of times it's vegetables. And that's how many vegetables we want you to eat. We want you to have half your plate full of vegetables, or at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And so a lot of people, if you look down on your plate, especially the kids we've been meeting, I think they have a big plate of macaroni and cheese. And I think that during COVID, pasta is the number one thing kids are eating. It's comfy food. But we always try to say, look at your plate and try to add veggies however you can. We have all sorts of fun ways. They could be baby carrots dipped in hummus. It could be a salad. It could be stir fry. It could be just a million ways. But vegetables are like Mother Nature's vitamin pills. So what do you guys think? Do you want to do our game show?
Yeah, game show.
Yeah.
We love game shows.
The contestants can be our radio contestants.
So talking about my plate, I don't know about DJ Kel, but it makes me really, really hungry. And so I think what we should do is have a game show.
All right, it's time for Let's Make a Meal, America's favorite game show, where you get to help Toby build a balanced lunch. Take it away, Toby.
All right, so there are lots of foods to choose from, but your challenge is to help me choose the healthy go foods, because as everybody knows, there are go foods, which are good for your body, and there are also whoa foods that we should try to stay away from. Okay, so the way that the game works is I'm going to hold up 2 choices, and I need my contestants to tell me which is the go food, and then help me put it in its rightful place on my plate. Alrighty, DJ Kale, who is our first contestant?
All right, looks like first up on the show, we have Evan on the show. Welcome to the show, Evan.
Hi.
So for the first group, we are going to go with the protein group to build your body strong. Which is the go food? Is it this double whammy super mac, or is it this piece of grilled chicken? Which is the go food?
Chicken.
The chicken! Exactly! And where does the chicken go?
Protein.
In the protein group. Exact. Good job. Everybody give them a round of applause. You knew that the chicken was the go food and the double whammy super mac was the whoa food because it has 11 teaspoons of fat. So rethink your order and take it back. Go for meat that is lean, fish, and nuts, tofu, seeds, and beans. All great sources of protein. Good job. For the next contestant, DJ Kale, who do we have next?
All right, it looks like our next contestant on the show is going to be Illuminata. Welcome to the show.
Illuminata. So next we have the grain group. Kids with brains eat whole grains. Okay, this is a tough one. Which is the go food? Is it this piece of white bread, or is it this piece of whole wheat bread? Which is the go food?
Whole wheat bread.
The whole wheat bread, exactly. Delicious. Like I said, kids with brains eat whole grains. And did you know that each culture grows their own special grains? Like, where do you think corn comes from? It was first cultivated here in the United States by Native Americans, and brown rice from China. And how about your morning oatmeal from Ireland? So I hope that you try them all. Wow, you guys are on a roll. Okay, DJ Kale, who is our next contestant?
All right, next up on the show, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Maya. What up, Maya?
Hi, Maya.
Hi.
Okay, Maya. So We did protein, we did grains. Now let's move on to dairy to build your bones and teeth as you drink it. Okay, which is the go drink? Is it this sugary milkshake or this glass of refreshing milk? Which is the go drink?
Milk.
The milk, exactly. This milk is full of calcium and it goes, what food group does it go in?
Dairy.
Dairy group, exactly. And this milkshake actually is just fake. It's just full of a bunch of sugar and chemicals. No calcium here.
Bummer. I love milkshakes. You're listening to the Children's Hour. We're talking with our friends from FoodPlay, and we're doing a game show. We're going to come back in just a minute. Stick with us.
To all the free-range humans and organic life forms everywhere, hold your forks up with solidarity. Remember, you vote with your wallet, your dollar bills, your ballot. Alone it's just a whisper, but together you can't stop it. OMG, it's the GMOs from the labs and the tubes where the fast foods grow. If you are what you eat, then I'm a UFO. Hope to God that my body still can decompose, cause I'm biodegradable. And you're biodegradable. You gotta stay biodegradable. But you find that the mind is highly persuaded. Doesn't matter if you came through the canal or you're cesarean. If you're an omnivore or maybe more a vegetarian, you choose to eat an animal, a vegetable, a mineral. Eat what you are, it's never been more literal. Come chemical, come dumbing down the food chain. Come dumb us down, new superpower seed grain. Come Monsanto, come with your new campaign. All the politicians sing along with the refrain. No more junk in my food. 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 We want it slow, not fast, like they grew in the past. With green dream coming, growing up in the youth. Please, no more junk in my food. More the more organic, not the biomechanic. Then McDonald's got a farm, GMO. And on that farm he had a chicken and a cow. But what they do now you really don't wanna know. Why must we label it organic when that's the way we've been growing it for 10,000 years? I think the farm factory should label honestly to admit to what they have genetically and chemically. Is there a bioengineer in the house? Is there a bioengineer? I need some help with this label. How do you say this? Calcium polyphosphates? Is this nutritional claim a fairy tale or a fable? Come chemical, come dumbing down the food chain. Come dumb us down, new superpower seed grain. Come Monsanto, come with your new campaign. All the politicians sing along with the refrain. No more junk in my food. 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 We want it slow, not fast, like they grew in the past. With green dream coming, growing up in the youth. Please, no more junk in my food. More the more organic, not the biomechanic. Own the farms, GMO. And on that farm he had a plant that won't produce us. He monopolized everything that grows. They're trying to say the corporate way is efficient and worthwhile, but the average meal that you eat's travel 1,200 miles to subsidize and never realize the price tag. I wonder if my carrots get jet lagged. Who makes a fruit that doesn't have a seed? Who makes a fruit that doesn't have a seed? Well, leave the man in the soup with his arrogance and greed. Get it rich and leave his fellow man in need. OMG, it's the GMOs from the labs and the tubes where the fast foods grow. If you are what you eat, then I'm a UFO. I hope to God that my body still can decompose. No more junk in my food.
The Children's Hour is produced by the Children's Hour Incorporated, a New Mexico nonprofit dedicated to producing high-quality kids public radio. Learn more at childrenshour.org. Support provided by Electric Playhouse, an immersive entertainment and educational experience in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Playhouse is open. Purchase tickets and learn about camps, play, and other educational opportunities, including future locations and events at electricplayhouse.com. The Children's Hour radio players made a pandemic musical, Icky, a radio musical. Listeners, have you heard Icky yet? It's not too late. It's at childrenshour.org/icky. There you can also find a companion learning guide and color along book. Listeners tell us, it's a joy. I traveled with you. Ride with us on a musical radio adventure, Icky, a radio musical. Just go to childrenshour.org/icky.
When noontime rolls around and I need something to munch, first thing I do is eat my lunch. Gonna eat my lunch. Gonna eat bananas by the bunch. When night time comes, I know that I'm a winner, 'cause first thing I do is eat my dinner. Gonna eat my supper. Gonna eat my super supper. Get a hunger attack, and then I know that it's time to eat my snack. Gonna eat my snack. Gonna eat so I won't be whack. Eat my breakfast. Eat my breakfast. My lunch. Eat my lunch. Eat my dinner. Eat my dinner. I'm gonna eat my snack. Yeah.
Sarah Hickman from her CD Big Kid. And that's Eat My Breakfast right here on the Children's Hour. Today on the show, we are with FoodPlay. They're an organization that teaches kids about healthy foods, nutrition, how to eat right, and be well. We are in the middle of a game show about My Plate. And so far, we've covered the protein, the dairy, and the grains, but we must have more to go. Let's go back to you, Toby Fit and DJ Kale.
So we have half of it. Next, we have the fruit groups, Mother Nature's Sweet Treats. DJ Kale, who is our next contestant?
Our next contestant on the show is going to be Lily Mae. Welcome to the show, Lily Mae.
Hello, Lily Mae. Okay, for the fruit group, which is the go food, we have this box of fruit snacks. Or we have this fresh fruit cup filled with strawberries, bananas, and kiwis. Which is the go food?
The cup of fruit?
Yeah, the cup of fresh fruit. Fantastic. And that goes right here in the fruit group. Okay, we've got one more food group, and that is the vegetables, the true nutrition superstars, power-packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Yum. Okay, DJ Kale, who is our last contestant?
All right, let's take a look. It looks like our last contestant, Airdrie. Welcome to the show, Airdrie.
Thank you.
Last, we have the vegetable group, which is the go food. Is it this bag of greasy potato chips, or this fresh salad filled with lettuce, cucumbers, and tomatoes? Which is the go food?
I like lettuce, and I like it a lot on my burger.
The salad! Yes! Everybody give yourself a round of applause, because that was incredible. A pat on the back, a hug, because you helped me fill up my plate with healthy fruits and vegetables. And just like Miss Barbara said earlier, notice how half of my plate is filled with fruits and vegetables. So it's important for every meal to try and fill your plate half with fruits and vegetables. And like Miss Barbara said, we get to eat 5 fruits and vegetables every single day. And that's not hard to do. Here, I'll show you what I mean. I could have lettuce on my sandwich, that's one. Carrots on the side, broccoli in my pasta. And what about mushrooms on my pizza piled high? And for breakfast, I could have bananas in my cereal. That's 5. So if I can do it, I think you can too. Thank you so much, everybody. You were fantastic.
That's Toby Fit and DJ Kale from FoodPlay. We're going to be back in just a minute and learn more. You're listening to the Children's Hour.
kinds of bacon gets my legs shaking. Whoa, whoa, I love bacon. Do-do-do-do-do. I love bacon. Ooh, do-do-do-do-do. Seriously, I love bacon. Can you give me more bacon? Ooh,
I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. Ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I love them pork chops, yes I do. It makes my hips go whoop-de-doo. Ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. Pig's feet makes my heart beat fast. And pork chops sometimes give me I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree. Pigs no more. I ain't gonna eat no pigs no more. No siree.
Ain't gonna eat no pigs no more is Auntie M and K. And before that, you heard the Socks with I Love Bacon. Speaking of bacon, we're talking with FoodPlay. They're an educational organization dedicated to teaching kids about healthful eating and fitness habits. Barbara Storper is with us from FoodPlay. And a question for you, Barbara, kind of related to our songs we just played there about eating pigs and not eating pigs. Several of the kids on our crew are vegetarians. And I was wondering, can you talk a little bit about proteins that kids can eat that are not meat for all the vegetarians out there?
Well, there's lots of protein and lots of Mother Nature's foods, like beans are amazing, rice and beans, tofu, tempeh, edamame, which is delicious for kids. You know what that is, edamame?
Edamame is delicious.
Maya Falcone, would you please describe what is edamame?
Well, edamame is almost like a mix between like peas and beans, I would say. And it has like a little bit of a starchy flavor, but it's also really delicious, especially if you put a little bit of like salt on it. And a lot of times it's served like steamed.
Yes, and it looks like a pea pod, but it's not a pea pod. It's actually not a pea. It's a bean.
Well, it's a soybean, yeah. And it's so much fun because you get to go like...
Yeah, biting the pod and scraping out the beans with your teeth.
And it's usually frozen, and it's a really easy thing for kids to make or their parents to make. You just boil it for a few minutes, and then you take it out, and it's really yummy, and it's a great way for kids to eat veggies. For all the vegetarians out there, I hope you remember that you have to eat vegetables. It's not just okay to eat cheese and pasta. You know, being a vegetarian is a responsibility. You got to give your body what it really needs, and you actually, it's really fun to think about, you know, these big apes that are vegetarian, and they eat like hundreds of pounds of vegetables and leaves and greens. So if you're a vegetarian, try to eat lots of vegetables, not just, non-animal foods.
And when you have edamame, which looks like a vegetable because it's green and in a pod, it's actually a protein.
It is a protein. And actually, most foods have a little bit of protein in them. But if you're looking for, mostly protein, beans, like I said, tofu, rice and beans is a nice combination because it gives you complementary amino acids. Remember, nuts and seeds are awesome too. Hummus is a really nice thing to eat. You can take veggies and dip into hummus.
You're listening to the Children's Hour. We're talking with the folks from FoodPlay. You can learn a lot more about FoodPlay and see some of their acts in action. It's pretty cool at foodplay.com. We'll be right back.
We are the vegetables. We're rolling to your house. We'll jump into your mouth. We'll make you healthy, healthy, healthy. We've got vitamins and antioxidants. No, it's no accident. We'll make you healthy, healthy, healthy. Oh, I'm Captain Kale. My fiber never fails. I'm broccoli. You can depend on me. Carrots, arugula, Brussels sprouts. We'll make you healthy, healthy, healthy. Celery, cauliflower, green beans. We'll make you healthy, healthy, healthy. We are the vegetables. Put us on your table. We're more than able to make you healthy, 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 and we taste good.
Brand new Perry Grip. We are the vegetables. And you're listening to the Children's Hour. I'm Katie Stone. Today's show is called Playing with Food because we are playing with food with our friends at FoodPlay. They're a nutrition and fitness education organization working with kids based here in New Mexico. And you can learn a lot more about them, see lots of pictures and links at childrenshour.org. Look for this episode, Playing with Food. You were talking, Barbara Storper, about My Plate. My Plate is this idea that you have a balance of foods to have proper nutrition in a meal. And you imagine your plate is divided into categories and you have protein and grains, fruits and vegetables, but you also have dairy. Not everyone can eat dairy, not only because they might be vegan and not eat dairy, but they might also actually have dairy intolerance.
So if you can't drink milk from a cow, there's lots of other milks you can drink, like you can drink soy milk or even goat's milk, rice milk, almond milk, and Mother Nature packed calcium in lots of other foods like kale and broccoli and nuts and seeds. Kids can eat yogurt if they can't drink milk. But the thing is that you don't have to drink cow's milk. There's lots of other ways you can get calcium and vitamin D.
Just make sure it has fortified with vitamin D and calcium on there, I suppose. Daniel, you have a question.
What is one of the worst substances that you can find in processed food?
Well, I would say probably, there's a lot because when you start reading labels, it's kind of unbelievable. In fact, Toby, this is really fun. We do something called the FBI, the Fruit Bureau of Investigation, because all these food companies are trying to say that their food is really real fruit, but it's really a fake fruit imposter. On the side of every package, there's an ingredient label, and you can find out what's really in the food on your table, and it lists the ingredients in order by their weight. So this one has some very interesting ingredients like...
Okay, so we have a box of fruit snacks that you can get in your local store. And in the ingredient label...
Now hold on there, Toby. Is there anyone on the crew who would like to give this rather complicated ingredient list a read on the air here today?
I'll read it.
Thank you, Melissa.
Okay, here we go. In the ingredients, there is sugar, corn syrup, Dextrose.
And then I'm going to interrupt and just say those are 3 different names for sugar. And when they're listed first, that means there's more sugar in there than anything else. Go on.
Modified cornstarch. Gelatin. Citric acid. Lactic acid. Natural and artificial flavors. Sodium citrate. Palm oil. Ooh, that's a bad one. Carnauba wax.
Ding, ding, ding. Carnauba wax. Yeah, I would say when you start reading ingredient labels, I'd say high fructose corn syrup, we know for sure is not good for kids and not really good for adults. So if you were to choose one thing, I would probably say high fructose corn syrup. Sugar, of course, I think kids really need to cut down on. But Mother Nature sure was smart, because when you read an ingredient label that is not on a real fruit or vegetable, you won't find an ingredient label. Because if there was an ingredient label, all it would say would be like apple, ingredients, apple.
FoodPlay, thank you so much for being with us on the Children's Hour today. We really had fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Eat healthy.
You can learn a lot more about FoodPlay and see some of their acts in action. It's pretty cool at foodplay.com. Coming up, we're going to be talking with John Jahadi from the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's going to talk with us about indigenous foods of the Americas.
I am a little apple seed sitting on the ground waiting to be an apple tree, an apple tree. Everyone tells me that I'm oh so small and I'm never gonna grow to be big and tall, big and tall. But I tell them, wait and see. 'Cause I'm gonna be like an apple tree, and I'm gonna let all my branches run free, and I'm gonna reach way up to the sun and open my arms for everyone. And like an apple is sweet, gonna be so sweet, and like an apple shines in the sun, shine my light on everyone. 'Cause I'm an A-P-P-L-E, apple tree, an A-P-P-L-E.
The star inside the apple. There's a star inside my apple. I know it's hard to grapple, but if you cut it side to side, there is a star alone, no lie. And in my star inside my apple are sleepy little seeds. And in those seeds, found in my star, are could-be apple trees. Out in the ground, I'll put my seeds and an apple tree will grow. And in that tree soon will be apples red or gold with stars and seeds and apple trees. For people, birds, bears, and bees for months, for years, for centuries. And on it goes, you see. And on it goes.
The Children's Hour radio show is an independent production of the Children's Hour Incorporated, a New Mexico nonprofit. The Children's Hour is supported in part by an award from New Mexico Arts, a division of the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs, and the National Endowment for the Arts. Support provided by the County of Bernalillo, New Mexico, bernco.gov. Support is also provided by the City of Albuquerque Cultural Services Department. Support for the Children's Hour is provided by Token Ibis, a nonprofit making philanthropy accessible to everyone. To sign up, go to tokenibis.org.
Don't play with your food.
Don't play with your food. If you don't want to be rude, then don't play with your food.
Don't Play With Your Food is Jumbo from a CD called Hootenanny. And the star inside the Apple spoken word piece was Ellis Paul from Dragonfly Races. Justin Roberts way back when with Apple Tree. That's off his Great Big Sun release. Today in the Children's Hour, we're talking about food and nutritious, healthy choices. And with us on the show again is John Jahadi. He's the museum cultural educator at the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Welcome back to the Children's Hour.
Oh, thank you very much, Katie. It's always a pleasure to help you out and accomplish what you really want to do, and all of those who listen to the Children's Hour.
I'm hoping that you'll spotlight some special food that we should be paying attention to because it's really nutritious and maybe you know a secret we don't know.
Well, actually, most of us already know the secret because we consume it just about every day. It's part of our cereals. It's part of our in-between meals that we consume. It's part of whenever we go to a restaurant and we get chips and salsa. And what I'm talking about is corn. Corn has been instrumental, and we can thank those groups of people that lived on this side of the world, what we call the Western Hemisphere, that through what we call human process improvement, human trial and error, work toward finding something that was going to sustain them. They had to try something, but they didn't know whether it was going to taste yucky or whether it was going to be good for them or whether it was going to make them so sick that they might feel like they're dying. And so that's what human beings did. I mean, think about if you eat something like, Brussels sprouts. I mean, when you look at it, it doesn't look very appetizing, but it tastes great. Or if you want to eat a lobster, it has a big claw, but you don't know, what happens if I eat it? Is it going to make me sick? So that's what humans did. And so through a process of generations, they were able to cultivate and grow corn. Now we eat it just about almost every day. We don't have something in corn. We have corn syrup for our pancakes. We have corn syrup when we go to the movies. We have corn chips when we go to the restaurants. So corn has been very instrumental to all those civilizations, all those groups of people that lived here hundreds of years before that man Columbus came. And throughout generations, corn basically filled this whole side of our planet so that when the pilgrims came, there was corn there. When the people came to where Pocahontas was, there was corn there. And when the Spanish came to this area, there was corn here. So we can think of that as you said, that magical or that special secret food that really sustained communities. And so by a certain point in time, the world depends upon corn. Corn is one of the major commodities that all societies benefit from.
And who doesn't love a drippy, buttery ear of roasted corn? And then I love how many different colors of corn there are. We always see the yellow corn, but there's blue corn and purple corn and rainbow corn.
Red corn, popcorn. Also, there's think about Cracker Jacks. Oh, I love Cracker Jacks. And then there's kettle corn. All of those things, we would not have that without corn. And corn is very elemental to us all. But think about the corn that we have. Caramel corn. Ooh.
Corn souffle.
Corn dogs.
Now that makes me think of cornbread. And then, of course, hot, fresh corn tortillas on a hot griddle.
Or when you go to the state fair, remember corn dogs at the state fair?
Crispy on the outside.
Yes.
I love it. John Jahadi, all the foods in North America, corn reigns supreme. Are you going to grow corn this year in your garden?
Actually, we're not growing corn because we don't have enough space for it. But what we are growing is I have pumpkins, I have squash, and I have chili. Those are the other components that we know that were those foods on this side of what we now call our earth, the Western Hemisphere. So I do grow those things. Also tomatoes. Tomatoes we're only growing before Columbus came. We're only on this side. So all of those, when you put them together with different foods like tomatoes and spaghetti or pizza sauce, you wouldn't have great pizza without tomatoes. You can't. It would not be possible. And then if you want potatoes, there's so many different kinds of potato chips, chili potatoes, you name it. Mashed potatoes. And it originated in the country we now call Peru.
Great American foods: corn, squash, beans, chili,
right?
Tomatoes,
pumpkins.
Pumpkins? Ooh.
Yes, pumpkin, squash, calabacitas. We call it calabacitas, but squash, and chili certainly. Yummy food, yummy but nutritious. Many of these foods have all the necessary vitamins and what we call amino acids. Amino acids have specific parts that make up or help our body be healthy. And so that's why they became very essential to many of these communities.
John Jahadi is from the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You'll find links at childrenshour.org under this episode page, Playing with Food. And John Jahadi, thank you for helping us understand the magic of corn.
Everybody go out there, have some popcorn, Cracker Jacks, kettle corn. So when you think of that, think about the Cultural Center, okay?
I will.
Okay.
I definitely will. John Jahadi has been our guest today on the Children's Hour. Thank you so much again for being with us, John. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Come back.
Certainly. It's always my pleasure to help you out, Katie. And so in my mother's language, I would say, Hina, Drui Shots, Kama. That's our farewell in the language that my mother speaks. We speak in Karice. Hey, hey, yama, hey, yama, yo, yo, ho, 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 kidilo, kidila, kidile, hello, hello, how we are, hey, yama, hey, yama, yo, yo, ho, 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 kidilo, kidila, kidile, hello, hello, kidilo, kidila, kidile, hello, hello, how we are, hey.
Nothing in the world that I like better than making me a sandwich with a homegrown tomato. I'm up in the morning, out in the garden. I pick me a ripe one, don't pick a hard one. You plant them in the spring and eat them all summer. Wintertime without them is a culinary bummer. Forget all about the sweating and the digging each time you go out and pick you a big one. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. thing's for sure. It's nothing that a homegrown tomato can't cure. Put them in a salad or put them in stews, or you can make your own tomato juice. You can eat them with eggs or eat them with gravy. Eat them with beans, both pinto or navy. Serve them on the side or serve them in the middle. Put your homegrown tomatoes on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. If I could change this life I lead, well, I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed. 'Cause I know what this country needs. It's homegrown tomatoes in every yard you see. So when I die, don't you bury me in a plot in a cemetery. Out in the garden would be much better, so I can be pushing up homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? There's only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes.
Homegrown Tomatoes, done there by Jay Unger and Molly Mason with Swingology and the Laguna Corn Dance, the children dancing. A video is posted at childrenshour.org under this episode called Playing with Food. That was recorded at Culture Fest 2018 at the Crow Canyon Archaeological Center. Planted Corn is James Bilagori. He's an actor and more from a CD called Hootenanny. You're listening to the Children's Hour. I'm Katie Stone. We only have a teeny weeny bit of time left, and oh, I just love this song, and I hope you have a delicious week until next time.
They're red, they're white, they're brown. They get that way underground. They can't have much to do, so now we have blue ones too. We don't care what they look like, we'll eat them. Any way they can fit on our plate, any way we can conjure to heat them. We're delighted and think they're just great. Potato, 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 potato. Sometimes we ditch the skin to eat what it's holding in. Sometimes we'd rather please have just the outside with cheese. They have eyes but they do not have faces. I don't know if their feelings get hurt by just hanging around in dark places where they only can stare at the dirt. Potato, 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 potato.
Children's Hour is an independent production of the Children's Hour Incorporated, a New Mexico nonprofit corporation.
Our show was written by Katie Stone, with help from all of us on the kids crew.
Find lots of information about us at childrenshour.org.
Many thanks to Barbara Storper, DJ Kale, and Toby Fitt from FoodPlay, as well as John Jahadi from the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center for being with us on the show today.
Our podcast can be found wherever you get your podcasts. or at patreon.com/The Children's Hour.
Or ask your smart speaker to play the Children's Hour podcast.
We post our photos and more on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Find us at TCH Radio.
Our theme music is written by C.K. Barlow.
The Children's Hour is distributed by the Children's Hour Incorporated, PRX, and the Pacifica Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to the Children's Hour, Kids Public Radio.